Hello everyone, my name is Isabella Marie and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. I would love it if you guys could click the subscribe button down below to become an official part of our family. And yeah, so for today's video I thought that I would do a kind of chit chat get ready with me. I really feel like talking to you guys and putting on makeup at the exact same time, so that is exactly what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna work on the eyes first. However, I do want to apply some moisturizer to my face. So I'm just using the Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturizer. I feel like this keeps my face moisturized and very hydrated throughout the day. I have like products that have coverage, like the Pixie H2O Skin Tint. I have products like those that give me a little bit of like this. This is the Pixie H2O Skin Tint. I have products like this where it gives me hydration, but it also gives me a little bit of coverage. But I just wanted to apply a moisturizer because of this primer. This is the e.l.f. Lock-On Face Primer. I'm not exactly sure if you guys could see that. It's the e.l.f. Lock-On Face Primer. Now, this is one of e.l.f.'s new primers, and I don't know how I feel about this primer yet. Like, it's very, very sticky, like glue almost. So, the problem with this foundation primer is that I have to do my eye makeup first, like put this primer on, then do my eye makeup first, and then do my foundation and stuff, because otherwise it'll just roll my foundation up into like a little ball, and I don't want that. Whew. So whenever I use this primer, I have to always do my eye makeup first. So for eyeshadow primer today, I'm going to be taking the e.l.f. primer, eyelid primer in the shade Sheer, and I guess I'll zoom you guys into my eyes. Okay, you guys are like super close to my eyeballs, but you know what, I'll zoom you guys out when I'm doing the face makeup. So I'm going to just apply some eyeshadow primer. Alright, here we go. I'm going to apply some eyeshadow primer. Let me know if you guys want me to do the no mirror makeup challenge, because I would be so down to do that. Alright, so once we have the eyeshadow primer on, I'm going to take a QO Beauty sponge. I've been just trying a whole bunch of new e.l.f. like I've made an e.l.f. cosmetics order, and so I got some of the new I got the new primer, and I got the e.l.f. eyelid primer because I've never tried it before. Whatever, we're just not gonna. So I'm not sure how I feel about this eyelid primer yet. We'll still have to give it a bit of a go, but we'll see. So for eyeshadow today, I'm going to use this palette right here. This is the BH Cosmetics Xoxo palette. If you've been on my channel for a while, then you guys have definitely seen this palette in tutorials. So this is what the palette looks like. You get 9 eyeshadow and 9 lipstick shades, which, as you guys can see, I've played with them a ton. But for today's video, I'm going to use the eyeshadow aside, and I'm going to take just a small tapered face brush, or a small tapered brush from e.l.f., and I'm going to just take this cream shade. I'm going to get her remix palette so that I can tell you guys the shade names, but I'm just basically taking this shade right here, which I've hit pan on, so I'm obviously going to buy her new palette because it has 18 eyeshadows instead of the lipsticks. I love traveling with this palette because I feel like I can just make a complete look with this palette. Also, this video was not sponsored by Shannon or BH Cosmetics. I promise you guys, they have no idea that I'm making this video at all. So, for the eyes today too, I'm actually going to go in with a contour shade. And I'm going to take the Anastasia contour kit and I'm going to take the shade Fawn on the Wet n Wild crease brush. Just make sure there's no product. And I'm just going to pick it up and just buff it into the crease as a transition shade. I'm hoping you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright, bring you guys in even closer. So blend it right into the crease. And this is going to help your other colors blend out very, very beautifully. Also, don't mind my eyebrows, y'all. Alright, so now that we're done with that shade, I'm going to go back into the Xoxo palette. And I'm going to take this, red terracotta color. Do not get afraid by these colors, you guys. Like, they're beautiful to work with. Very, very pigmented. I love these eyeshadows. I love BH Cosmetics eyeshadows. I love e.l.f. eyeshadows. You guys can use whatever shadows you want. Don't feel like if you don't have this palette, you guys can't do this eye look, because you guys totally can do this eye look. Alright, so that's what the shadows should look like. And we're going to do the other side as well. I always feel like this eye always looks different than this eye. The purpose of the blending is you just don't want the harsh line. Alright. I'm going to take a different blending brush. This blending brush came with my Pure Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. The palette just looks like this. I don't do tutorials with this palette at all. Like, I never ever do tutorials with it. So if you guys want to see a tutorial using that palette, let me know. But I'm going to take this kind of duochrome shade right here at the bottom. It kind of duochromes from like red to greens to different, just a whole bunch of different colors. So I'm going to take that, on a blending brush, and I'm just going to pop it in the outer corner to just kind of darken everything up. And I'm not going to take it too far into the inner corner because I don't want it too far into the inner corner. Alright. Gonna go back in with that same blender. Gonna go back in with the original blending brush and just blend everything. I think this has to be my favorite blending brush. Like, I used to blend, I don't know how long I wasn't recording, but I'm gonna dip into this shade right here. As you guys, if you guys can see that, it's a pretty rose gold color. So I'm gonna take that shade on just this pink brush, and we are going to just pop it in on the eyelid. If you used a setting spray or something, I'm sure this eyeshadow would be even more metallic. However, my setting spray is in my closet, which is right behind me. I'm gonna actually just take our finger because Okay, this shadow is coming off way more pigmented in person than on camera. I promise you it's pigmented. Also, don't mind the random people outside. Alright, now that we have those colors on, I may just pop on a pair of false lashes, and then I will be right back. Alright, so I popped on my false lashes. They are the Wispies by Ardell. So, now we're going to move on right on into foundation. So, I'm going to go for a bit of a more full coverage look today. So, I'm going to take the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation in the shade 1 Creamy Vanilla, and I'm absolutely obsessed with this foundation right now, and the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. But that one tends to just wash me out a little bit, especially when I'm filming. So we're going to take the Milani Cosmetics one. Alright, so this foundation is a bit better. Just taking a little bit of extra time and just blending where I need it to be blended, because I'm not really focusing too much on my under eyes, because alright, so just going to continue blending on in my foundation. Now, this foundation does not roll like my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I may stop wearing that one for a little bit, because even though I do really like that foundation, I don't have I thought I matched my shade pretty well. However, it doesn't look as if it's going to be my shade, so it really washes me out really badly, and it just doesn't cover as well as my Milani one does. Like my Milani one covers a lot of my redness, a lot of my discoloration. I barely need to put concealer on. I put concealer on to highlight my face. But, it's pretty good. So I'm going to take concealer. I'm going to take two different concealers today. I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Light. And I'm not going to apply too much concealer. I know that's really random for me not to apply a lot of concealer. But I'm going to apply just a little bit of concealer. And then I'm going to just lighten it with my CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous concealer, because it's definitely a lot lighter. So it's going to add a bit of extra coverage, but it's also going to help really lighten my under eye.